we as human beings were not programmed to this level of criticism or praise.
Yes.
So the likes that we get on our pictures
and this level of accessibility as well.
We're not meant to, like, when you do something wrong, your family is meant to correct you,
but not the whole world.
But not the whole. Yeah. One thing that's really helped Patricia Bright, is evident in her storytelling, is that she has number one, saved a lot over the years, and number two, made very smart investments. Like, she's turned money into more money.
Well, it's the fact that there was no protection by the officials, by the fans, by his colleagues, because your teammates, sorry, colleagues tend to be a football player.
So the debate is to season baked beans or not to season baked beans. Is the question.
And before we get right into it, what do you think?
You shouldn't even be eating baked beans.
Why?
There's always one.
That is disgusting. Even if it's a good thing or a bad thing, you do kind of get that rush.
It's an addiction. Anything that becomes a habit.
Yeah, and that's why I've had to unplug, because it was just making me so miserable and so reliant, and even distracting as well. Like, I'm at work, I'm meant to be focusing on my work, but there's an argument about baked beans and I just want to get involved. And, do you know what I mean?
This girl is always in every single argument. If I need to know what's happening, when it comes to every time social news, you can see when it's ready.
My friends say this all the time. They're like, if they want to know news, they go to my timeline. I'm gonna stuff the spoon at your head.
That's a stuck spoon, you know.
It's getting on my nerves.
That's bullying, Bello. Thank God I had cushion. Bloody hell.
Let's go into what she said.
What do you guys think? Jacket or no jacket?
The colours are clashing.
Your colour's definitely clashing.
So no jacket.
And the style just doesn't
You
make
can wear
sense.
it if you want.
It kind of makes sense. It's kind of like grungy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that hippie look.
Yeah.
You don't bath.
Yeah, that look. Yeah,
Wow.
Congrats.
That look. All that's missing is a beanie hat, a hole in it.
Oh my God, I should have worn a hat today. Hi guys, welcome to Mochunkstv and welcome to another installment of What's Trending, where we give the latest lowdown of what's popping in the world of celebrity, Yelebrity, and in our world of today. We here again. I'm Mochunks.
I'm Chris Topper.
And I'm Bello.
So what's been popping, guys, over this last week? So
Should we start with the side or end with the side?
Oh, I don't want to end. Can we put it in the middle? Let's talk about baked beans.
Alright, let's go talk about
okay.
baked beans.
You wanna shoot?
Let's talk about baked beans.
So recently on Twitter, on the timeline, people have been arguing. So the debate is to season baked beans or not to season baked beans. That is the question.
And before we get right into it, what do you think?
You shouldn't even be eating baked beans.
Why?
There's always one.
That is disgusting. Baked beans, yeah.
Just look at eating beans.
Beans on toast is bar.
No, I'm sorry. You shouldn't.
It's so beautiful, especially with like brown bread toast.
Oh no. Do you eat beans?
Of course
Baked
I
beans.
eat beans. I love a bit of beans.
What kind of beans? Beans or
Nigerian
Ewa
beans.
The whole shebang. I love a bit of beans.
I was like, which beans?
All the above.
beans?
All the
All
above.
of the
No
above.
beans. I don't
hate
discriminate.
it.
Seriously?
Yeah, foul.
British
Sounds
babe.
like self-hate.
She's an innit girl.
No,
It is a
wait.
culture, guys.
I'm not even an innit girl because I even don't eat the baked beans. I just don't like the beans.
Nah, I love a bit of beans.
But
boy.
people are saying like, oh, Scotch bonnet, onion,
Scotch bonnet scare, kilo day.
They took it a bit too far. still.
all the spices. I was like, are you cooking stew?
You know, I feel like, some will just, when they learn how to cook, or they don't know how to cook, so they want to flex anything they can get.
Have you seen the way people do
Designer Indomie?
Yeah, them ones. Yeah.
I beg, just. I'm
What
not gonna
do you
lie.
think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I like my auntie, like when we all used to like have Christmas together and stuff, she used to put like onion story. Have you guys ever watched Jennifer? I always bring this up, but there's a time when Jennifer got arrested, yeah?
Again, story.
You know what I mean? How are you digressing off the digression?
There's a time when she got arrested, yeah, they just asked a simple question about where she got the car from. Like the stolen car she'd be driving. And she started telling the story about how...
My name.
Okay.
Suliat Adedeji.
Suliat Adedeji.
Ayetoro Ndije name.
Go straight to the point, please.
Okay. Police move me. They collect my car.
Okay.
500,000 jeep.
All right.
I get the money from my handiwork. I don't do politician. I do tabaroni.
This is what you're doing because right now we didn't ask for all of this. Just ask the questions.
Okay.
Do you like the bean? Do you season your bean or not? What is it?
I actually can't believe this, you know. Someone up to say, hey, there's time, there's time.
Time. Tell us about Jennifer.
Sometimes I enter a story.
Sometimes.
But yeah, I think.
Do you season your beans?
I don't, but I think with a bit of seasoning. Sometimes I do because of what my auntie done.
Okay, what do you season it with?
She used to put. Don't say don't.
No, because you said sometimes you do it. So what do you season your own
onions, Maggie?
Okay. Anyway, next, what do you season your? Because she's gonna.
It depends on the brand of beans. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate to be that person, but yeah, it depends on the brand of beans.
You are bougie as fuck.
Now, do you know my favorite
We don't
brand?
swear on
I know. Sorry, I said sorry. Yeah, sorry.
My favorite brand of beans is actually Branston. Most people like Heinz, but Branston is my favorite.
You're
But
so bougie.
Heinz is I find it a bit tasteless. So you need to add a bit of.
So do you season yours?
If it's Heinz, yes. If it's Branston,
What
no.
do you season it with?
Which one is Branson again?
It's black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Black pepper.
Oh, get out.
How are we finished?
I don't care. Season your baked beans. Okay, black pepper.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, good.
I saw Sincerely Top say that if you season your beans, you definitely add milk to your eggs. I do that.
You're not meant to.
Why?
Who told you that?
Because Dominique, she's the chef.
So a fellow human being.
Okay, no, but she's
younger than you.
No.
Told you don't
Doesn't matter.
season your egg.
She's
Don't
an
add milk to your egg,
SME.
and you
No, she's
believe
a
it.
subject matter expert because she is a chef. It's like asking a doctor a question. He or she is a subject matter expert.
But you know that every scientific theory is right until proven otherwise.
This one is
Anyway,
even incorrect because all the other chefs add milk to their egg.
Yeah.
So because one,
But you know, do you know why they add it? They say that
make
it
it
makes
fluffier.
and it doesn't
How do you know?
because
It
Dominique
does,
said
you
so.
know. I'm so done. I think Dom doesn't put like Maggie in her food as well. Not that I've tasted. No, okay, that's how.
No, you know what?
I've tasted
Actually, no.
She says it.
That being said, I think she did mention that Maggie is like a lot of Africans use it because it's a quick, easy, like.
I think it tastes so good though.
I love it.
It covers a broad range of different seasons that you can put in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes you need to add individual
I
spices. That's
feel
what she
you.
does.
And it's more
Yeah.
fresh. I think.
Fresher spices as well.
Fresher
Maggie
spices.
it's just like you can cook a meal with just Maggie and it's fine.
Yeah, like
Whereas
I've
she's just fresh.
like I ran out of Maggie for about 2 weeks now.
And you panicked, didn't it?
No, my food has just been tasting terribly.
But is it
So you can't cook without Maggie. That means you can't cook.
That's what I'm sorry, but it does mean you can't cook.
That actually means you can't cook because I can get it. I get it cracking in the kitchen.
Okay, what kind of spices do you use apart
Don't
from
worry
Maggi?
about that.
Don't worry about it,
Rosemary,
sweetheart.
I tried
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
I tried pepper. I
in
tried
place of Maggie.
curry, salt, and it just
I don't put
doesn't
salt in my
bang.
food.
So you mentioned pepper, curry, and salt in place of Maggie.
Yeah, I would normally use all of that and then Maggi as well.
No
Paprika
ginger,
or
paprika.
peppers.
I don't. My
Cumin.
sister uses ginger
Cumin,
sometimes.
thyme.
I use thyme. I love thyme. That's my favorite condiment.
Very
Nah,
exciting.
you know what? Like it depends on the brand of beans, but
Guys, beans. You're seasoning beans.
yeah.
You're MCM and you're WCW. You're here seasoning beans.
Oh, someone said on Twitter that Chris is a fine chocolate man.
Yeah, they
Oh,
love
stop
you.
it.
They said he's
know.
Miller, you know.
They know, they
Stop
love
it,
you.
stop it.
And then
Chocolate.
someone in the group chat, no, not in the group chat, someone in the comments said, hey, I'm just here to say Chris is handsome. That's it. I was like, yeah, you let him know.
Thank you. I really
Look at
appreciate
him
this,
blush.
guys. Let me tell you why. Because I'm growing my hair, I'm going through a very ugly phase in my life. The fact that
I would
people still find
disagree.
me attractive, I'm so happy about that because it's tough out here not getting a trim.
I remember when I met Chris. Actually, I was like, he is
Clean
fine.
cut. I was clean cut. Like,
It was just rude
I
to
go
me,
for
but I
my
thought it was
Instagram.
fine.
I go for my Instagram and look at myself like when I was younger. That's like fresh face, fresh trim.
And
Nah,
then-
it's just like horrible.
No, you look, well, I don't know.
I
I
think you
think
still look
women,
good.
we think
Thank
you
you.
look good, but because you see yourself every day, you see a difference.
You know, some guys when they don't get a trim, they don't look good.
Bro,
Yeah,
thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
yeah.
But yeah, let's move
So
on.
yeah, you guys are seasoning beans. Bello doesn't even eat beans. That's
As
it.
well with your soul. Okay, let's move on to Yelebrity news.
Okay, yeah.
So, Patricia Bright has been doing something really amazing for like younger people, not just like black women, but of course a lot of black women follow her stuff and have been like raving about it online. She's been empowering us in the area of finance and investment and property
being very
investment.
transparent.
Yeah, with how she's earned her money over the years, and like I know like she's done YouTube and stuff, and that's like brought her like a lot of revenue. One thing that's really helped Patricia Bright and is evident in her storytelling is that she has number one saved a lot over the years and number two made very smart investments. Like
Yeah.
she's turned money into more money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, knowledge is power. So she's letting us know like, okay, this is what you can do as well.
Yeah, I saw the episode in it.
Yeah. Have you seen any of her episodes.
No, but I think I've made it clear that I really like Patricia Bright.
Yeah.
And the fact they're telling me that now she's empowering people as well. I don't know if I can like her more than I currently do. I don't know her personally. To be honest, I don't watch their stuff, but I just always hear good things. And when you're empowering other people, like, I'm all for that. So,
yeah. What do you think, Bello?
I watched the episode. Do you call it an episode? Yeah, episode. I watched the video, and it was just different to see an influencer literally go behind the scenes and tell you everything. Never seen that before. And some of the stuff was like, oh, I didn't know YouTube. This is how it works. It was interesting. I think that it's great she's doing it, but most I found it interesting. I was like, oh, this is how YouTube works.
Oh, I just remembered actually. This is something. So I didn't watch this myself. Someone told me about this actually, but she kind of broke down, like you said, from behind the scenes how it works, like
the money,
engagement, social media numbers and stuff. And she was just like, "Why is it that us black people we don't engage with other black people's content?"
Brand. I've seen a few YouTubers not call people out, but kind of. I saw like a natural hair guru that I follow on Instagram today saying that she pitched to a brand recently and she's got a brand deal. But she does find that sometimes we don't like hype it up in the comments once we realize it's an ad, and that's really when they need you to go hard for them because it shows the brand that you do have that engagement. Normally you do have that engagement, but because people are seeing that you're getting paid from it now, all of a sudden they don't want to. Do you understand? I don't know why we do that. Yeah. Like that you do.
No. I get that but to some degree it's a bit. I feel like you think it's a bit disingenuous. It's not intentional, but it's just like it's an ad, so it's like. You're paid to say this. Maybe you don't actually feel this way about what you're promoting, but you're paid to say this. I don't know. I'm not saying that's why.
If you trust the influencer that you're...
I trust Jackie Aina.
Yeah, do you understand?
If she says something good, I don't think she's saying it.
I remember when she ripped... what makeup was it?
I can't remember.
She didn't rip it, but she was very honest.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So I think from then everyone knew that, okay, Jackie Aina, if she gets a product, she's not lying about whether she likes it or not. But I think it just goes to show... It's kind of like the whole thing of like, I don't know, like pastors and stuff. If you're going to a church that you don't trust where the money's going, why are you going to that church?
Yeah.
You know? So
the only influencer that I really follow and trust personally is Mel's Wardrobe.
Oh, yeah. So. You guys always mention Mel.
I love Mel.
Nah, she's amazing. Like her clothes, her outfits that she puts together, even on celebrities as well as herself. Yes,
I think
it's
just
a big deal.
Generally big up to black women influencers that are doing their bits in terms of empowering the next.
Genuine.
100%.
Can I just say, genuine black influencers, because recently there's been genuine black women. All people like Oloni, Mel's Wardrobe, Patricia Bright.
Who are the ungenuine ones?
Good question.
I don't need to. You go out there and do your research, but genuine black women that are out there doing bits and representing black women, doing it for black women and empowering black women.
Yeah, I strongly believe that you're not giving your influence for like no reason. Like it's kind of like with great power comes great responsibility. I always say with great influence comes great responsibility as well. It's not by force, but it's not by. Do you know what? I said something very.
She's about to tell another story.
Narrator. Story. What's the story in Balamori? Come on.
I said to someone one day that, like if philosophers were a thing in our generation, I would probably be one of them.
Okay, so moving on.
Don't knock down my hustle, because like I have some great quotes.
Because one minute she's a jazz hand. Remember she said she's an actor. Something she said.
Oh, I'm a lot of things,
listening
baby.
to what she's saying?
It's true. Let's just continue with the show.
I hope they cop for you for that. Don't cut Mo off.
Yeah, they will,
Go and go.
Oh my gosh. So go on.
Anyway, moving on. In world news, so recently you may or may not have seen the clip. There's a striker in the Portuguese league called Marega. He was alleged to racist abuse in the Portuguese league from the opposition fans, unfortunately. But in the clip, he was I don't want to say resisting. He was not for it, basically, but his teammates were trying to get him to carry on playing while he wanted to walk off the pitch. Luckily, he scored the winning goal and he walked off the pitch eventually anyway. But it's the fact that there was no protection by the officials, by the fans, by his colleagues, because your teammates are colleagues, technically a football player. There was no protection on them while they were shouting racist abuse at him.
He got a yellow card for walking off.
Bello claims he got a yellow card when he
What?
walked off. Bello claims he got
Allegedly.
But
that's really
the
sad.
reason why I find that really sad is because people are saying that as a footballer, you should be used to that, should be ready for that. But unfortunately, it's like, the way I look at it, if I go to work and a client's shouting racist abuse at me, there's no way in the hell you can tell me to carry on working if you're not going to curb the racism.
Yeah. And it's like it's a physical sport as well. It's not just, like you're not just
his teammates were trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
His teammates were trash. They were physically. They weren't even like telling him, "Bro, stay up." No, but they were physically dragging him by the t-shirt, holding his arms, holding his shoulders, like, "Bro, stay." And I'm thinking, are you an idiot? It would have made such a big difference if they all walked off. It would have looked great, like the unity, the solidarity, if they all walked off and said, like, screw you.
Do you know what that reminds me of? What? There was a guy that nearly got deported.
Story. Because I was related.
Hello. I'm a journalist, okay? Investigative journalist.
Okay, lands.
All right, go on.
He was about to get kicked out of the country. So his school friends,
little boy,
in his classroom all like fought for him to stay, and so when he came back in, they all like clapped and stuff. So it was in the newspaper.
That was in Ireland.
Yeah. So that was kind of like the solidarity that you're speaking of.
It was very unfortunate though. Like and then I don't know if you read his interview, like when you do the after match interview, he said to the fans that came here to be racist, like F you, and to the officials, very well done. I hope to never see you again. You're a disgrace. Or you should be saying something like that.
Yeah, because the rule is if fans are trying to racist abuse, you're meant to suspend the match. Not suspend the match, stop the match to give them a warning. If they do it again, then they get kicked out of the stadium. Something along those lines. Or you call
so
them
there are procedures that they were meant to take.
Yeah, but it's just they're not followed.
They're hardly ever followed.
And it's like, as a match official, if you're not following them, then who else should be enforcing them?
Who's going to protect
the players?
what I mean?
Like, it's your responsibility to make sure, look out for everyone's welfare, really.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that these things still happen, especially in sport, on TV. Like, imagine getting caught shouting racist abuse on TV and nothing happens. Like, there's no fear of anything that's going to happen.
No.
So, that's unfortunate about world news.
I was very, very proud of him because it's not very often that you see that.
Yeah, I'm glad he stood his ground.
Yeah.
And even like voiced his opinion as well.
I've seen that before. I don't know, has that happened before? Okay.
Yeah. And has anything changed since then?
The thing is, if we're being realistic, racism in football and in general any sport, I don't think it's taken as seriously, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like you're caught shouting racist abuse at someone, you get a ban for a year. You're caught making homophobic comments, you're banned for life. Do you see what I mean? Just that's an example.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
okay, yeah.
Stuff like that. That's the comparison. It's like you're making a racist comment, you're
Yeah.
banned for a year. Homophobic comment, you're banned for life.
Yeah.
Racist comment, you're fined 1K. Homophobic comment, you're fined 100K.
Like, they're both terrible things to do, but one is taking more
precedence
serious
than the other. So,
okay, get you.
Okay. Let's move on to celebrity news.
Yeah.
Which is quite sad, actually.
Yeah.
Go on.
So we heard this week that ex Love Island presenter Caroline Flack, she committed suicide. Yeah. So she was found in her flat in East London, dead, and allegedly committed suicide. So she's now passed on, age 14.
Yeah. Very sad. Her friend was there because obviously I think most of us know that she's having a hard time. So her friend went there to spend time with her and everything. And I think the friend popped out to go to the shops. And whilst her friend was away at the shops, she did
just a quick trip to the shop.
Yeah. That's what. So the friend went to the shops.
Her friend must feel so bad.
So when she came back from the shops, that's when she found her. Yeah. Her friend was staying with her because she was obviously having a hard time. Yeah. And went to the shops. I don't know what she went to the shops for, but quickly popped to the shops and came back and found her. Yeah, it's. I think I'm gonna be very careful because we still have to respect the fact that someone's passed away.
And the
family's grieving, and fans are also grieving as well because I'm sure she was loved. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't think Love Island. I don't think the media is necessarily to blame for, and I use the word blame for Caroline's death. I think what happened was she was under investigation for something that she had done. It's apparently she abused her partner at the time. So domestic violence. She was under investigation for that, and obviously the public, the media reported it, and the public reacted the way the public would react if it was a man doing it to a woman. And I don't think so. Again, I don't think the public are to blame. I think that I do think there's a time and a place though. So when she died, I do think a lot of people were coming out to discuss it and be like, well, she was an abuser. I don't think, even when XXXTentacion died, I didn't think it was the right time and place to be like, well,
those things.
You know what? It's actually funny. It's funny you mention that because there were a couple of people who, like, because I was just like, you can't say stuff like this. But someone was like, oh yeah, he deserves it. Like, I don't believe we are not judged during execution, innit? Like, I don't believe in saying that someone deserves to die, no matter what crime they committed. Like, honestly, that is between them and God. Honestly, like, and someone was like, yeah, he deserves. And this same person, I then saw commenting talking about, oh, you can't say Caroline this, you can't talk about this. I'm just like,
you see.
The double standard that is
it's a white woman.
Yeah.
If it was a man or a black man and he committed suicide after abusing his partner, I'm sorry, but
they'll be like good riddance.
Yeah, they'll be like good riddance.
I think we are a bit harsher towards black men, regardless of their legacy. Like just last week, we were speaking about Kobe and the whole Gail thing, and although Gail's like getting a lot of slack for the interview, like you do see like we have seen people online saying things like we can't ignore this part of his history, whereas with like Caroline Flack, who's a white woman, they're like, okay, there's now this whole thing of let's be kind, and that is a valid, like don't get us wrong, that's a valid thing to say. I think we do need to be kinder on the internet. We do need to apply more grace when we're cancelling people.
But it doesn't apply to Caroline. We were just calling out what she did,
and I don't think it was even calling out. I think the British media were just reporting what happened. But even that aside, I think we're in a very sensitive age and a very sensitive generation in a sense of there's so many opinions online now because social media is, like I always say, it's made everybody so familiar with one another. Celebrities, normal people, Yelebrities, we're all on the same level now. So long as you have access to the internet and you can type and you can use certain buzzwords, everyone shares an opinion. And I think we as human beings were not programmed to this level of criticism or praise.
Yes.
So the likes that we get on our pictures
and this level of accessibility as well.
We're not meant to, like, when you do something wrong, your family is meant to correct you,
but not the whole world.
But not the whole. So I think in this instance, and with every other celebrity that's committed suicide after something came out in the public, I think it is hard. I was surprised when it happened, but I was like, okay, I understand why it would happen because no one, we're not programmed to deal with that much criticism.
To add on to what you said, I honestly believe, like, especially Twitter itself, actually, and borderline Instagram as well. Now, I feel like as human beings, we're not meant to congregate as a community without any kind of laws in place,
right?
Because laws keep us in check.
Right.
Now, Twitter and Instagram, these are communities, a large community of people with no laws in place. Like, they might say, they'll suspend your account, but there's nothing regulating what people say.
Isn't it Jide that's come back resurrected like 10 times?
Well.
But that was not even done anything wrong. But
yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's like, when it's unregulated, so it's to ask people to be, I mean, there is a wider conversation to be had in terms of saying, ask people to be kind and stuff, but there's no regulation in place, so you can ask people to be kind, but they probably won't. But
still, anyone can say anything.
Anyone can say anything.
You can make a fake account.
Very thinly veiled.
Yeah.
Look at Katie Hopkins. Hates
she's still there.
Then they suspended her for how many years of having a Twitter account, and she's back. So, like you said, like I understand that what happens to Caroline was incredibly sad, and yes, I can understand, like as you and Mo have pointed out, that the level of scrutiny from the wide audience, from the world, basically, is what drove them to that. We're not programmed for that, so I understand it. But what I won't do is now, I'm not going to start pointing. Unfortunately, she's a celebrity. Yeah. She did something wrong. She lives her life in the limelight. So everyone found out that she is a domestic abuser.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they reacted as though they would react to any domestic abuser. Yeah. I just wonder.
I agree with you, by the way.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree as well.
I wonder if it was a man that was under investigation for physically harming his partner.
We wouldn't be so sympathetic. I don't think we would be.
I don't think.
I mean, they're talking about introducing something called Caroline's Law. Like,
I don't know. I don't think.
I saw that.
That type of law should exist, like where you should be a bit careful.
But not. The thing is, the hypocrisy it speaks volumes, especially in this country as well. You want to create a law after a domestic abuser.
Yeah.
Like, it's unfortunate the circumstances with which the law is being created, but she is a domestic abuser.
Yeah.
People say it wasn't proven in court, but she allegedly admitted to it and she was going to go to trial.
Yeah. But so, remember my thing, I don't know about you guys, but remember my thing, I don't like to label people. So I would say that, yes, she committed domestic abuse, but I wouldn't call her a domestic abuser.
See, I don't believe in that because if you think about it, realistically, it's actually illogical. If you domestically abuse people, you are in fact a domestic abuser. You are. It's like if you constantly make racist comments and you have racist views, you can't now say you're not a racist. You are a racist.
I'm literally in between, like halfway between both of you, because I believe like we need to give people the chance to change for correction as well. At this point in time, I can agree with that, because we don't know that there wasn't enough time for us to see a change in behaviour, a redemption. That's it. There wasn't enough time for that. So I agree with you somewhat as well, but I definitely agree with you as well.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not a nice thing to label people, but it's like, it is what it is.
But the truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. And with Caroline also, can we just mention the fact that they're now also, as well as blaming the media, blaming the public, they're now also saying that CPS should have taken more care.
Child Protection Services.
No, it's not. It's
Celebrity Protection Services.
Crown
Prosecution Service.
So I think that's when you don't release the details of the crime to the public.
So they're saying that the Crown's Prosecution Service, which is the CPS, should have taken more care to consider Caroline Flack's mental health, and I completely disagree with that. There's also a barrister that has gone on to a daytime television show to discuss it, and she's also saying that the CPS must consider the mental health of the perpetrator as well as the victim.
I think in a sense of with the background of what I said, in terms of we're not meant to receive that much criticism from everybody, I do understand that punishment should take place and the law should take its due course, but maybe it's better for it not to. Do you understand? Like, I see why they would say that.
There's a bit of a grey area there, because let me give an example. So, say someone has raped 50 women. Okay. But do you get where I'm going with this? Basically.
Yeah. So, and in this case, if you start doing that now, you start. So a few
where
things.
Does the line?
They're saying that the victim no longer wanted to press charges. But if you look at the statistics of domestic abuse cases, more often than not, the victim is a woman, and more often than not, the victim says, "I don't want to press charges." But the CPS go forward and they're like, "No, actually, this person's committed a crime. I'm going to press charges. I'm going to go forward with the charges," and it actually saves the victim's life, because further down the line, the person
sometimes they come back and
So in this case, they say, "Well, he didn't want to press charges." But if you look at DV cases, that's not how it works. The crime was committed, and that's it. Second of all, you can't now say they need to pay more attention to the mental health of the perpetrator.
When there's a victim involved, okay.
It's not a victimless crime. So where I do feel, I definitely feel sorry for Caroline Flack, her fans, her family. Her supporters. I just think we should all be careful about what we say, respectful about what we say, informed. And if you don't have anything nice or what's the word?
The thing is, you can say whatever you want if it's not bad, in my opinion. If it's not negative, listen.
Like, know your limits.
Know your limits.
Like, the whole girl thing, death threats, like, why? Like, that's one step too far. Okay, I don't agree with what you've done. Let it end.
That's where it ends,
Just remember that someone has passed away.
Even with your commentary after, just try and be respectful.
A time and a place also.
Towards the friends and family. But our deepest condolences to Caroline Flack's family, friends, fans, and just like a quick one as well in terms of socials. Just do your best to unplug. Social media is not real. Like, it's just a cyber world that unfortunately we are taking a bit too seriously, and it's given voices to the voiceless, which is a good and a bad thing in this generation, I believe. So just...
I thought I should talk about now. Unplugged. Is it unplugged today?
Uncut, yeah. We can go into
unplugged,
it. Yeah. Unplugged today.
It's because they're unplugged.
That's a good one.
I think unplugging on uncut.
Yeah, okay, so...
Sorry, that sounded dirty.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry. There's something to do with plugging in.
Yeah, it takes 1 minute.
I hate you so much.
Anyway, guys, that's all we really have for you guys in terms of what's trending. So let's go to the uncut part of the show.
Yes, okay. Chrissy should, because you brought it up.
She was...
okay, go on.
Oh, before we go to uncut.
Well, what's that?
Announcement.
What?
Look at these two doggies.
Why are you smiling like that?
Live show.
Oh, is it
yeah, we're so dumb.
Yeah. Hey! I didn't even know.
I'm looking at her like... And she's there.
Okay, actually, for this, because we're going to use it for promo.
Oh, God.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. Wow, you're trying to get more guys to come, yeah?
She's even not looking at me.
Look at Chrissy taking your bra off.
I'm screaming. Belly was open yours as well, fam.
Yeah. Make it look nice.
I got my tits out, so...
Get your tits up for the lads.
Get your tits out for the lads.
Open it now. Why are you zipping? So we're having a live show. We're having a live show. We're having a live robot.
No, you spoiled it. I'm not doing the robot with
Guys,
you.
as you can tell, we are having a live show.
The serious one.
We're having a live show. So I look forward to seeing all of you. Please. Make sure you come.
No, it's going to be amazing. Imagine us live and the bands and the,
13th of April, right?
Yeah, I'm actually scared, I really feel like one of us is going to say something that we're just like, ooh.
I am.
It's probably going to be you.
Oh, dear. Probably Bello.
Yeah,
let's bet now.
But the thing is, she's...
This is my brand.
Yeah.
Same thing
Yeah, I was going to say, that's...
So nobody cares.
Who cares?
Who won't beat my ass? Like, people know I say shit.
I'm actually looking forward to it,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meet everyone, as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Come and say hi, don't be shy.
That rhymed.
Wow.
Come
Anyway.
and say hi. Come and say hi.
I might get a trim just for that day,
So guys, the date is I can't say this word.
Monday, April the 13th.
Perfect.
Which one could you say? Out of all of that, which one could you say?
1-3.
13th.
13th.
Oh, 13th.
Oh, 13th.
13th.
I don't think it's because I'm British. I think I just have a
PH factor.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
So that's happening on the Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, and it will run from doors open at 5, and then we begin at 6 till about 11. We're gonna have an after party as well.
so
Everybody after party. Everybody after party. Everybody after party.
And we're going to share one bottle.
So tickets are now live, guys, in the description box down below. Head over to www.mochunkstv.com. It's a new website. I designed it.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Well
I designed it. So yeah, grab your tickets. Early bird, standard, and then there's also VIP.
Yeah, okay, VIP.
As well.
That's something special for y'all. In VIP.
Okay. All right, so let's go into our cut, guys.
I'm actually so excited. Need to get an outfit.
I'm gonna put my jacket back on. It's cold.
You see yourself? I'm definitely having my tits out for the last show.
Boy, I'm going to buy the tightest t-shirt I can.
All the muscles.
Triple XS.
And then X small.
Triple XS. If I can't move it, you know what happened.
I'm going to wear my extra padded bra.
Oh, good. Okay, so inspired by the last topic we had.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about like social media and unplugging. The non-sexual.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to just disconnect from social media when you can.
It feels good.
Because I feel like people underestimate how much negative content you consume just from being on social media. It's a lot. Like you mentioned earlier on, you're not meant to consume so much content, especially not so much negative content as well.
Yeah.
And that speed as well.
Yeah, and that speed. Yeah.
And the frequency, because today there'll be, like I remember when it happened to me, I think it was 2 years ago, and it was on my birthday, and I remember I cried every day for about 2 months, and I got rid of Twitter. I would literally nothing happened to me. I was just a miserable person.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was to do with social media, so what I saw was Renee. It was around the time when Renee kept on getting into fights, and people found it funny, but it got to a point where she then got into a fight and she got stabbed, and I saw that. Then someone got killed in America, and I saw that. Then there were, those Al Jazeera clips, and they show you what's going on. Al Jazeera, and they show you like something going on in a war-torn country, and I saw that. And then it was just like people arguing consistently on the timeline, and I saw that, and it got to a point where I just felt like I was consuming so much negativity. And I remember then my birthday came, and I cried the entire day. I ended up going to Rollover, but I was still very, very miserable. And I just deleted Twitter for like 2 months because I was just miserable, and nothing happened to me. It was simply the negativity I've seen on social media.
Yeah.
And I did it I did it in November as well. From November to December, end of December, I deleted my Twitter account.
I just try to limit when I go on Twitter as well. Like if I'm feeling some type of way, I don't go. I won't go on any form of social media and recently as well, I've been getting triggered quite a lot. It's going to sound a bit mad, like I'm sensitive.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
I lost a friend last year, and I lost my aunt the year before, and I lost another friend a day or two ago. And it's just like every time I see RIP, I guess. Do you see? And I just want to
hit with emotion.
Yeah, I had to avoid it.
Like definitely when the whole Caroline thing happened, I just didn't want to go on Twitter because I already started seeing the think pieces, and I was like, okay, here we go. Like we always do this. Like, it's not just another topic, and I understand everyone wanting to share their opinion. Like, do you understand? We treat it so.
It's a cycle.
flippantly.
It's a cycle. Every time someone passes, then they want to do a think piece on why should be nice to each other. Then, in less than a few hours later,
They're bullying someone else.
The bullying starts again. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm tired. It's the same people over and over again. Then they'll talk about mental health. How your mental health will drive you to do this. And it's the same people that will then insult someone or start. It's just,
A perfect example would be Piers Morgan writing, I'm so sorry, Caroline Flack has passed. And people are saying, but you're doing the exact same thing to Meghan Markle. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, we see, so that's the celebrity.
And I think people like, okay, Caroline, I'm not sure whether we saw, like, I don't know about you guys, but I was surprised. Like, I understood why she took her life, but I was surprised. But like with Meghan, she's been very vocal that you guys are hurting me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And they're still doing it.
Exactly.
Do you understand? They moved they left the whole royal family.
And you're still doing it. When God forbid, I don't want her to harm herself, but if something was to happen to her, there will be more think pieces. And it's like, but you guys have driven this individual to something so terrible. I think that's why you should. So like Meghan Markle, I think she in her way of unplugging was removing herself from the situation. Whereas you and I, because she can't escape from the media, but she's tried her best to remove herself. Whereas you and I would like just simply, I'm not going on Twitter today. Another thing that I started doing, I think I talked to you guys about this a few weeks ago. I've turned on my screen time. So during the week during weekdays it's 2 hours a day. On the weekends it's I think 6 hours a day. No, 4 hours a day. Yeah. So
and it really does time we spend online. I think it makes you a lot more productive as well. Because when I first put that on, or it just came on with the newest update, realizing that I was spending like up to 8 hours on my phone. Like, you know how long that is? Like, that's a long time. I'm not as strict with it anymore because I actually do like stuff for like social media content on my phone and stuff. So like it actually shows you what you've been on as well. So like I limit not my total time, but I limit my time on Instagram.
I limit my Twitter
and Twitter. Time. So it makes like if I'm being productive, then sure. But like as an influencer, I'm embracing it. As an influencer, I made a decision. I'm not sure if I told you guys this before, but I made a decision to intentionally not engage too much with social media. So I'm very good at social media in a sense of it can look like I'm online all the time, but I'm not.
Oh, it's scheduled.
I don't do scheduled posts, but I do this thing where like I post and go.
Oh, posting, you're done with it. You're not engaging.
So you're not engaging, you just posting.
I'm just posting. I'm going. I might, spend a bit of time engaging with other people's posts and stuff. I might repost. Someone mentioned me.
Online.
I am online, but I'm not there. Does that make sense? Like,
there's different. Like when I post, if I post something, I'm kind of waiting for someone to react to it. Yeah, and I'm going to engage.
I made a decision a long time ago to not care. Yeah, if this picture gets 2 likes. Yeah. If this picture doesn't, if it doesn't do what it needs to do, fine. So I've told myself a long time ago that social media is not real. Yeah. Like it's a great tool. Don't get me wrong. But I like I said in what's trending, I don't believe we're meant to have that many connections all the time. And I can imagine for people that are like social media famous, might have a bit more followers, how detrimental, not just the negative, but the positive as well, in a sense of you're always waiting for that fix. It's kind of like you get a surge of adrenaline. Is it adrenaline? What's the happy hormone? When something good happens.
Endorphins.
Is it endorphins? Yeah. You get a surge of that.
Scientists.
Every time someone likes your post, so you can almost become addicted to that. Yes. So any moment that you don't get that, and even worse so you get criticism, it's a lot for you.
I can actually speak to that recently because I made a post about a certain individual that I'm not very fond of. And then when I started getting negative comments regarding that post, for the first few minutes it made me feel a type of way, but then I reprogrammed and I was like, actually...
You have to actually stop yourself.
Yeah, you got to stop yourself. And I remember I was like falling asleep, it was late at night and I was actually falling asleep. And I read the post And it actually woke me up, and I was like, I could feel that I'm awake now, and I had to check myself and be like, actually, not giving this any energy. And then, you know, I went back to being myself. So I do agree with you, like, you do get those, even if it's a good thing or a bad thing, you do kind of get that rush.
Like an addiction, anything that becomes a habit.
Yeah, and that's why I've had to unplug, because it was just making me so miserable and so reliant, and even distracting as well. Like, I'm at work, I'm meant to be focusing on my work, but there's an argument about baked beans and I just want to get involved. And, do you know what I mean?
This girl is always in every single argument. If I need to know what's happening when it comes to every time social news, you can see when it's ready.
My friends say this all the time. They're like, if they want to know news, they go to my timeline. And even that's bad.
That is funny.
That's
the thing
bad.
is, I don't know about you guys,
your
but
bad.
I live in my own bubble. Like, my Twitter, there's no correlation to what anything's happening in the world. It's just like,
I remember this guy
live in my own life.
at like 2 a.m. Was it 2 a.m. we tweeted, it's time for me to release the area boy at my workplace.
No, Chris's tweets there. You know why I love Chris's tweets? Because they're just so like Chris's. If you look at Chris's timeline, they're just random. They're random comment. Like, I remember there was one tweet, and I'll never forget from that day. I never forgave Chris. He said, those that have nipple piercings, you just have that one nipple piercing, and then all these men have been licking that same nipple piercing. And me, I've got nipple piercings, so I felt very self-conscious because I was thinking, am I a smelly girl?
Did you see my breast though? On set one day.
And then I remember he said, all you men are just licking the same
nipple ring.
When you think about it like that,
it's a valid point.
And that's when my agenda against Chris started. That's why I used to be cussing Chris years because of that.
Because before, I used to really engage in all the arguments, all the topics, but I was like, you know what, it's too much for me. It's overwhelming. Like, I literally just go talk about my life. If you engage with it, fine. If you don't,
even like Christian Twitter.
Oh, I don't know much about.
She's like, I can't relate. Like, I'm not an active member of Christian Twitter, but I do find that sometimes you make a tweet and one thing to mention in regards to that, not just Christian Twitter, is that somebody made a valid point about something a lot of people do online now is project. Mm-hmm. So someone might make a comment like, "Oh, I love my mom," and then someone will come and say, "But why don't you love your dad?"
Yeah,
that's an important too.
It was Daniel. It was Daniel.
Do you understand? Very like.
Let me tell you, the most recent one actually. So Fredo, he has a newborn daughter. Congratulations, Fredo.
Yeah.
Fredo said on Instagram, "My daughter has the good hair." All of a sudden, she's got good hair because she has got 4C hair. Is it because her daughter's mixed race? That's why she's got good hair.
Everyone's baby hair looks like that.
It's not even just that. It's the fact that are you trying to suggest that he can't tell his daughter she's got good hair because it's not 4C?
Right.
Like, do you see what I mean?
That's projection.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of projection.
Yeah. It's just using your own scars and putting them on somebody else, even though they might not have been actually speaking about. I don't know what Freda was talking about in that post, but it's just like,
it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
like, just I don't want to say if you don't have anything kind, don't say it, because I don't necessarily believe. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't necessarily believe in that. If I see something that I don't like, I'm going to call it out.
Yeah.
Another example recently, I'm trying to remember it. I think it was somebody said something about men and penises. Mm-hmm. And then
you in these random stories.
And then a woman, it was on Twitter, and a woman came and said, someone said something about men and their sex drives. And then a woman came and quoted it and said, actually, women have 60,000.
It was Oloni. She said 6,000 nerve endings in your clitoris. So actually, our sex drive.
Oh,
it's
so
higher.
he said,
but we don't rape. It just went so far so quickly.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, that's not what they were saying.
Yeah, I did. I saw. Wait, I just saw Oloni's tweet.
I remember actually. I think it had something. No, it wasn't Oloni at all. It had something to do with drinking that women.
Talking about the nerve endings in the clitoris. It was Oloni.
No, it wasn't Oloni.
Oloni didn't mention rape.
She didn't say rape, but she talked about. She said we're more.
You might be talking about two countries. Because this guy, I think he said how women, when they've been drinking or something, they just come back very horny.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? I'm so innocent. It's like, which is true. And then the woman, she just took it, like you mentioned, very far left. But what shocked me was the number of retweets and likes that tweet got, because it's just like, you've just taken the whole tweet out of context and made it seem like...
Just be careful what you're consuming online, because honestly, not everything is, like I said, buzzwords, and everyone says it, takes it as the literal truth. Remember that everyone's, think of it like an elephant, and everyone's experiencing different sides of life. in the sense of one side might be flat,
Yeah.
one side might be the long tail, one side might be, I don't know, the trunk. Everyone's experiencing different sides of life.
Because
So
they're
don't
different
take
stages.
everyone's truth
Yeah.
as a literal.
Yeah, you can't apply theirs to yours.
Yeah. And that happens a lot on Christians also. Like everyone wants to prove like they know the Bible more than, and I don't know what kind of Christ-likeness that is, but like sometimes I just, beyond Christian Twitter, sometimes if I make a tweet and someone quotes something that's not what I meant, I don't spend time replying to them, that's not what I meant, I just leave it.
You know what? When people quote me, I do not reply.
Yeah, I don't.
At all.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is or what they said. I don't reply because one, you're clearly gagging for engagement. That's why I quoted my tweet. You could have replied to me. And it's like, two, you want to prove that you're smarter than me? Go ahead, have it.
I reply.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we know.
We see you, girl.
I do. Okay, Joe. Yeah. Although I'll admit you guys are right. I do reply maybe too much. But what you don't see is the amount of times I'm like, do you know what? I'm not giving you my energy today.
Good.
So
We're proud of you, Bella.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, let's go. You want to show you're mad? I can
wanna
show you're
go
mad. Yeah, you want to go there? My pin tweet says, I try my best to be as polite as possible because most of the time I do. But if you want to show me you're mad, I'll show you who's madder.
The way I look at it is just like, if you see two idiots arguing, if you see one idiot and a normal person arguing, you can't tell who the idiot is.
It's true.
I don't want to be I don't want to be in the same bracket as certain people.
That's
it's
true.
just like,
I do try.
it's alright.
And I think I'm getting because
You are. From when you're deactivating Twitter, like I like to hear that. So, yeah.
And comparison kills as well, guys. Like it kills your joy, it kills your happiness, it kills your own personal vision because you're now not running your own lane. You're comparing your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 50.
This is it. Yeah.
You, like I said, social media makes us all feel like we're on the same level, but we're really not. We're all like on completely different paths, and you should only be comparing yourself and criticizing yourself against the person that you were yesterday, not who somebody else is.
Yeah.
Jeez, Pastor Mo. Pastor Mo.
But yeah, any other?
That was good.
Yeah.
Take your time, guys.
Take your time. Amen.
Okay. That's all we have on the show today. Make sure you do like it if you liked it.
Okay, we can just plug the show just one more time.
Live show.
Yeah, plug it one more time.
Okay. So the live show is coming, guys. All of this madness, fun, Bible.
Preacher Mo. We should even put you in one cloak just so you can do a little sermon, just a little portion of the show. Just
all our songs that we break out into.
Who's
all the dances.
Your songs.
All the dances coming to you live. You don't want to miss this.
You know what? I don't know what version of me you're gonna get. Like, you might get the fun side, you might get the serious one. I don't know.
Nah, you're gonna get all of them. Chris is gonna you see chameleon. Chameleon. You're gonna get all.
On Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, 13th of April.
Be there, be square.
Yes. Guys, do like this video if you've liked it.
Make sure you share it with friends, share it on social media.
Make sure you subscribe and buy tickets to the live show.
Until next time, guys. Peace and love.
Peace and chugs.